Oh yes. Let's start this thing. My friends, how are we doing today? Welcome to the stream. YouTube, are we live? I need some confirmation right here, right now. I think we're live. Hello, hello everybody, welcome to the stream. If it's your first time here, welcome. This is the #1 place for inspiration and collective art making. We're here to inspire each other. And that's what we're gonna be doing today. With this hyped music. Ah, so good. So good. And today is going to be charcoal extravaganza. We're gonna be doing some charcoal studies. Why? Because we have a charcoal event coming up in the Discord. So let me show you 2 events next Thursday in the Discord. You can join for Art and Talk, and it's going to be studies on charcoal. So we'll start a conversation here and then switch to doing this together live on the Discord. So it's going to be kind of a part 1 or introduction. I love charcoal. You know my love for charcoal. I want to share this love with you. Charcoal is the best. Alright, maybe not the best, but it's an amazing drawing medium. But it's hard to love. That's the thing. It's hard to love. But you have to learn to love it, and I've learned how to love it, and I want to encourage you to do the same, because it's once you understand how it works, it's so much better in my opinion than the pencil, like the black pencils, the any type of black pencil. Nah. Charcoal, yes, but if you know how to use it properly. That's what we're gonna be talking about today. Hello everybody, hello my friends. Hello Marian, hello Louise, Ellie, hello Ellen, Susan, Sean, Bartu. Hello everybody. Susan says, hey. Hey. And yep, so that's what we're going to be doing today. So Art and Talk, next Art and Talk will be on charcoal. Just a reminder that if you want to participate in the unusual portrait challenge, you still have like 2 weeks approximately. Deadline is May 21st, so if you want to be a part of unusual portrait challenge, go ahead and check out the Discord. Lots of submissions have been made, and they are all very, very, very cool. So if you want to be a part of the fun, just go ahead. Right now, you need to decide. Tough decisions ahead. Tough decision ahead. Which one should we make? Which charcoal study are we making? Are we making this one? So this is going to be, we're going to call this one #1. This is Vincent Van Gogh. It's a charcoal. I don't know the title, but it's fun. It's kind of more rough than what I normally paint, what I normally draw. Actually, let me remove you don't need this bottom part actually. So let me remove it for you so you have a much better, wider view. There we go. And I think we're good, and then I'm just going to move my face slightly. Perfect. So are we doing this one? This is going to be the Van Gogh. This is going to be the Sargent. So second option, the Sargent. This one kind of is my favorite tonight. I'm crossing fingers that you choose this one. Or this one is also one of the charcoal drawings that I love the most. Almost looks like photograph, almost feels photorealistic. I can assure you this is this is a very bad printed reproduction of an actual charcoal drawing by Pietro Annigoni. Incredible artist, incredible Italian artist. If you're into tight paint style, if you're into tight drawing style, and you want to, you never been able to do the Sargent-like kind of, expressive brushwork, and you're very tight, very much into details and great attention to the texture and all, just look for Annigoni. Just such an inspiration if you're more on the tight side of the spectrum. And I'm not going to launch the debate on which is better. I think both, it's good to do both. So 3 choices: Vincent, Sargent, or Annigoni. All right, let's vote, my friends. Let's vote. I'm gonna create a little poll very quickly here. And which one am I drawing today? Van Gogh, Sargent, or Annigoni. Maybe I'm not spelling it right. I'm not sure. Nah, okay, let's do it. I'm not sure about the spelling of Annigoni, but right. Roll for a dex save. I've got +2, so I'm fine. Okay. All right. Sargent is apparently winning. Aurelia joined and became a member today. Thank you for the tier 2, Aurelia. Good evening to you. And actually, I think I should have... Where is my member thingy? Yes, it's here. Because it happened before I went live, so it didn't register, but thank you for becoming a member. You get a little cheer. Can I have some cheers in the chat? Don't forget to click on the thumbs up. Exactly. Saying it better than Night. I'm not making anything now. From now on, you are doing all the work for me. That's fine. I like this. I like this. I appreciate. You guys know so much. That's what I like about streaming. It's like sometimes somebody asks a question and I don't even have to answer because somebody in stream knows and has a sometimes, and it's not very hard, has a better response than I would have. All right, so there is no way Van Gogh or Annigoni will ever win, so I think I can end the poll right now and do the Sargent. Ready for the poll? Like, if you want to vote, that's now or never, but I'm sorry, there's such a huge margin for there's such a huge gap. I don't think the others can win. Another vote for Sargent. Yeah, all right. I'm ending it. No suspense here. Sargent is winning. So maybe I'll do the others next time. We'll see. Maybe I'll do the others for another time. I still have the models. This one's very cool though. So maybe one day. Got 13% of the votes. What I liked about this one is how it was more, kind of rough style. Something that I don't do very often. This one, I might do it one day just because I love it so much. Just saying. So, yeah, today we will do Sargent. Sargent master copy with charcoal together live, and it's going to be a good one. 1923, Lady Elizabeth Leon something, I don't know, Lady something. Don't ask me. Right, I don't have the specifics on this one. Right, so I'm gonna put my model here, and readjust the cam right here. So we'll do this one. Look at that. Look at this beauty. Beautiful profile. Just love it. The challenge for this one is going to be using the full range that the charcoal offers. And fortunately for us, charcoal offers such an amazing range, which is why it's so great. You can go full roughness like that, or you can go subtle, very subtle shades. So the actual challenge, the real challenge, will be to make it work. You know, make use of the full range, and easier said than done. Because as I said, charcoal is tricky. I'm gonna put the I don't know if Cody's here. He had the picture. Cody gave me the picture earlier in the Discord, so I'm gonna put it in the Discord, actually in the live stream. I'll do this right now, actually, why not? In live stream. All right, I'll show you this picture by Seth after. So funny. Okay. Okay. And so you go. I'll show you what I'm doing right here. I'm just uploading the reference to follow along. All right. So here it is. What made me laugh is this. Me after the charcoal extravaganza. Exactly. Pretty much. I mean, just let's just say that sometimes when you blow your nose, sometimes it's a little bit black. But it's better than like it gets stuck in your mucus and you expel it. So yeah, pretty much. So here is the reference. It's just below here. It's the top here. You can download it if you want. As you can see, it's kind of the paper was originally white. I don't think I'll go for the white. I'll have several options. And I think because of how finicky it is to record these subtle shades when there's full white, I might actually use a slightly toned paper to make my drawing on, because mostly because of the camera. And I'm not gonna lie, it's just so annoying to have hold on, because look at because of how bright the white surface is, it kind of blows off and the camera doesn't like, it just doesn't like pure white paper. You don't get all the subtleties if you have this. So I'm going to make my own kind of transformative version by working on this slightly toned paper. It's actually paper that I toned myself. And this one is oil painting paper. I have oil paper here because I do a lot of oil. And it's not the best. Let's just say it's not actually it's not something that I recommend because it doesn't have the best texture. Normally, what I would like to do when I do my own tone, I really like this toning because I can get my own, my texture like that. I really like this. Sorry for the sound. Normally I would use watercolor paper, and here I just don't have anymore. So I'm gonna use what I have. It just came up randomly in my recommendations. I'm so glad it happened because reading from a painting student from Poland. Hello! Hello, actually, my sister-in-law is from Poland. I went to my brother-in-law's wedding in Poland. It was just amazing. We didn't have too much time to visit Warsaw, but it was an amazing time. So I hope you have fun learning painting in Poland. Where are you in Poland? I've heard some artists that we should wear a mask when drawing with charcoal. What do you all think? I think... yeah, if you're messy and if you're doing something that's... Let's just say that if you draw like Jono Dry, you don't need a mask because he's really like, see what who I'm talking about, Jono Dry. Of course you know him. He's very meticulous and he's very careful about what he does. So if you use this kind of technique, nah, you don't need it. The only problem that I'll have, and I'm putting a lot of staples here, it's kind of overkill, and I'm gonna mute the mic because the staples don't go all the way in. I'm gonna hammer them in. Kind of brutal, but I need to be kind of brutal with the paper because I just recently toned it with water and watercolor. It's kind of gray, a gray tone. I think it's paint gray, something like that. It's a neutral tint watercolor, whatever it is. And it's just kind of not recommended again. It's slightly-ish wet. So, as I said, it's oil painting paper, but I've toned it with watercolor, right? So, not ideal. Don't do what I do. We are crazies here. I'm doing crazy stuff for your entertainment. Don't do what I do. I'm a professional goofball, and I'll make goofy art for your pleasure. So don't do it at home, kids. All right. Do you want hammer sound or not? Do I mute before I hammer it? I'm gonna hammer these because these staples are not. All right, you get the sound. You get the sound. Careful. 1, 2. Yeah, just. Hold on. You need to watch this. Have the full experience. I want that you understand what I'm doing. All right, perfect. So right here, it gives me a kind of a guarantee that it's not gonna warp during the session. That's all I want, because I've just toned it very recently, and this is, again, don't do it at home, kids. Ask your mommy and daddy to help you when you do stupid artistic stuff like that. We want the full experience. Yeah, you got it. You got it. Which paper is recommended for charcoal painting? So the paper that I recommend is anything that has a slight grain. Hold on, Aurelia. Let me zoom in, because everything that has to do with paper has to do with the grain. The grain. Look at this. Hold on. Let me try to focus. The focus is going to be tough. Ooh, it's narrow. It's narrow. It's narrow. It's too narrow. Hold on. adjusting the settings. Here it is. See how gritty it is? It has a little tooth, right? Hold on, I'm grabbing a charcoal because I need to demonstrate that with a piece of charcoal. Let me grab a stick. Just grabbing my stick. No pun should be added to this sentence. I think it's funny enough as it is. Just grabbing my stick. All right, so don't mind, it's not sharpened, but see, even like if you have a little bit of tooth, even when you press very, very lightly, it's going to give a very, you know, a very subtle shade. And it can also take more, you know, if you press harder. So you have a lot more variety. Whereas if you grab, if you take, for example, just as a comparison, this is just regular printing paper, right? So if you do this with printing paper, the thing is, it's not going to hold as well. And it's going to be, like, charcoal is always very loose, but with poor paper, you don't, like, for example, here, I can't go like darker than that. Here, I'm not going to ruin the paper demonstrating, but I can go way more than what I just did here, because this doesn't have tooth. This is just printing paper, like very low quality, no grain, not low quality, but like not the same use. Very, you know, very no basic paper. So you want a little bit of tooth, and after that, you know, I could go in the specific and tell you the grams per squared inch or centimeters squared, stuff like that. There's a whole lot of specifics in how much grain paper has, but I'm not going to bore you with that, because what I like is just try them on. Try them, see if they work. And you might want something with a lot of tooth. I like to have something kind of intermediate, not too much, not too little. Kind of take the best of both worlds. I enjoy the rough paper, it has a mind of its own. Yeah, you want some roughness. The thing is, if you want mark retention, you're gonna ask me, who's mark retention? Now, if you want your paper to just hold on to the marks you do with your charcoal, well, you want some tooth. It's funny, this world. Why did they choose tooth? Who's putting charcoal in their teeth? Why is this? In French, we use the word grain, which I think makes more sense, but this wouldn't be the first thing that makes more sense in French. I'm just dropping bombs. Maybe zoom out a bit. All right. Okay, adjusting this. I'm almost done, and I'm promising that we are going to have a wonderful and glorious artistic experience. Don't want to. Holy moly! GT punks, actually dropping punks. Don't want too much tooth on your toilet paper though. That's gross. That's disturbing. That's disturbing. I'm sorry to say, but I love it in a way. Dentifrice au charbon, exactly. Cold or hot press? Yeah, you have a lot of specifics. You can get very nerdy about paper, and I'm not gonna bore you with that because like seriously, right here, the paper that I'm using is whatever I can get my hands on. The only thing I'm gonna try to always have like kind of artistic quality paper. One day I did charcoal on an old cardboard, and it worked. Guess what? It worked. So, you know, just whatever. And then the weight is just how thick the paper is. So the weight is going to determine how much it will just stay flat when you humidify it. And this might be important if you do your own toning like I do. However, if you do just dry techniques, the weight is less important, right? The heavier the paper, the more weight it has, the more it will stay flat and you know, nice and even. But if you do just dry, yeah, you don't necessarily need super heavy paper. Could you recommend a charcoal for all values? Absolutely, I can, my friend. And there is just one charcoal, just one brand that you want, and I'm not sponsored. This is it. This is Nitrium. I've worked with them in the past, not sponsored to say that. This is just the best brand. These don't get the yellow boxes. Crap. This is the old ones. I actually had Nitriums before it was cool. The thing is, before Nitrium became a thing, it was a French brand. So this is the old ones. Nobody has these ones. Look at this. For anybody who has Nitrium Charcoal at home, these are Nitrium Charcoal. Look at this. The brand is here. But these are the old ones. The old small buisson, petit buisson. Very good quality. This was the old from when they were made in French. Nitrium was made by Mr. Martin somewhere in Burgundy in France. Martin is Nitrium backwards. So Nitrium is Martin. Oh, see what they did there? And this is the Super Luxor. This is also the Nitrium, but just with a different name. See, Super Luxor, Fusain qualité supérieure. I don't know if it's exactly the Nitrium, but it's exactly made the same way. And I checked it, it was made the same place, so I don't know what happened with the name. So originally Nitrium was made in France, now it's made in Canada. It's been bought by, maybe his word is, sometimes there's the signature by the founder or the new owner. I don't remember the name. Whatever, no problem. Now the Nitrium is this, and just don't bother with the fancy stuff. Just get those. The three. So you have HB, H, and B. That's all you need. Don't bother with all the crap. Don't buy any of their stuff. Other than that, you just need that. Maybe this if you want, like it's kind of a very thicker charcoal in this case. So good quality. Good quality, but overall you can do everything that you want with just these. And I'm saying don't buy all the rest because, you know, they have a lot of expensive stuff. This is high quality product. This is premium burnt wood, right? You can go in your backyard and burn some wood and basically you get charcoal. But this is premium burnt wood, right? And if you pay good money for burnt wood, you want only the best and not what's not essential, right? And then you want, you know, they sell this, don't get it, get something like that, do it yourself, sandpaper, a stick, like a little piece of wood, some staples, bam. What's the benefit of using vine charcoal over pencil charcoal? The fact that there is no binder. There is no binder in not vine charcoal, but this is not even vine charcoal. It's just charcoal that's full, like, unlike willow, where sometimes, you know, you have a little empty spot in the middle, like the core is kind of empty and foamy. You know what I'm talking about? I'm sure you know, but with willow you have some emptiness in the middle. You don't have this with this kind of charcoal. Sorry. My man, Marian, love Nitrium. It's a vertical live. Yes, it is. Okay. Well, actually, I do have some sharpening, so I'm gonna switch to palette for a moment. I need to just sort out my mess, and I'll be on my way. Might need this, might need this. See, very simple to make a sharpener. I like, for charcoal, I like using my big one, this one. This one is good for a pencil, I like it. Okay, so just sorting out. Yeah, you can get this, the pencil, the charcoal extension. They call it the stylus, I think. But you can also get something like that. Yeah, honestly. Like just a pencil extender, a little pencil holder like that. Works just as well. Works just as well. So, grabbing some erasers. Little tiny bits, sometimes helpful. And there you go, I'm gonna grab this as well. So these can be useful for details. You know, there are shapers, like silicone brushes. And these little shapers can be useful. Like instead of using your finger, you know, to do tiny details, you can use this, especially for the eyes and stuff. And I'm going to use a white just in case, and that's all I'm going to need, except that I don't. Okay. I think I'm running dangerously low on my bee. Hi Jeff. Salut Florent, j'ai découvert ta page récemment. Comment la peinture à l'huile est forget to say it's been very helpful, so thank you very much for all the content. Thank you for being here. I'm glad my work is helpful. Right. Okay, let me see. Yeah, I'm gonna take one. So, as I said, the blue, the orange, and the green, and that's pretty much all. That's all there is to it. The best stuff in the world. Cranking. How is the camera? Okay, let's go. Let's start this thing. That's a cranky easel. Easel is cranky, just like me. I'm cranky too. So don't say anything bad about my easel. Okay, so I've got, I don't know how Sargent approached it.
One of my colleagues was wearing sandals at work during Casual Friday last week. Frankly, I still don't know how I feel about that.
Thank you, Stephen. Very important. Very important. Okay. Actually, I should, hold on, and before I start, I wanted to update this. It's just going to take a minute. Gonna do something real quick. Just going to update the thumbnail image just to show that I'm doing Sargent. Okay. So my mouse clicking noise is through the roofs today. Sorry about that. And yeah, I want to update this thumbnail. How are you? I'm doing fine. How about you? Okay. So, stream should be updated. So, stream info, I mean. Alright, let's start like that. Let's do it kind of spontaneous. Yeah, I think it's fully dry. It's just slightly, it was slightly humid earlier, but you know, it's gonna be fine. This charcoal doesn't give you a very tough time, no matter what you do, really. Maybe I'll zoom in for the time being, because right now I'm gonna start with a super close-up. You won't see much if I don't show more. Okay. Better? It's always pretty annoying, I'm sorry. Yeah, I said I'm cranky. But, you know. It was about the easel, to be fair. How about we start with negative shapes for this one, just to see how it works. This way it will fill up the surface quicker. So what I'll do is I'll work on negative shapes, sort of try to do a frame. And then I'll, just use my eraser to redraw the shapes. It's going to look like nightmarish if you're not used to how to control the mess that the charcoal creates. You might find it very disturbing to start with something like that. But in a way, this is why charcoal is such a great transition to painting. It's almost as messy as painting if you don't know what you're doing. And even if you know what you're doing, it becomes all about controlling the mess and just pushing the mess in the right direction instead of just hoping that the mess doesn't happen. Is just you let it happen and you just push it in the right direction. So here is a mess. I'm just, pushing it. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do more right here, right here. The drawing a surface is oil painting paper toned with watercolor. Go figure. See, you with charcoal you learn how to deal with mess. That's all there is to being an artist. It's just accepting the mess and, you know, using it at your advantage. What's the study? Actually, I'm gonna put this study here. I find it better to put this study, the charcoal study, by here, because I don't like when there's another picture in the frame. I think the vertical is always like doesn't have a lot of real estate for pictures. So if you put another picture in the corner, I think it ruins the aesthetic. So the reference is here. It's a drawing by John Singer Sargent. It's available if you want to follow along. If you want to tag along, grab your whatever you want, pencil, whatever black medium you have that you want to use to make this drawing with me alongside. You can go ahead and download it from the Discord. It's right here in the Discord. John Singer Sargent, Lady Elizabeth, charcoal study, 1923, and yeah. Wondering if I can do double the art in vertical. I think I can, yeah. I can. It's just I haven't been doing a lot of invitations recently for double the art. But yeah, it's possible, definitely. Everything now is pretty much, upgraded so as it's very easy to convert vertical and horizontal. Painting the light would agree to do, yeah? Maybe one day, yeah, sure. That would be cool. That would be cool. It's just I haven't been as busy asking and organizing this stuff as I did before, but I should, you know. Should go back to this. Hold on. Yeah, better. Okay, so negative shapes for a profile is really helpful. Okay. So it's almost like I'm thinking with the black shape right here, thinking about how the shape of this looks. And I'm gonna use my shadow shape trick here So basically I'm not going to paint an eye, I'm going to paint some sort of a... Somebody suggested that I should do all angles in my shadow shape sort of trick. Like in my recent video I'm talking about shadow shapes. Somebody suggested that I do all angles. And yeah, it would be, I wanted to keep it simple by doing flat, because the problem is that it can get very, there's lots of combination, like profile with the light on the side and stuff like that. But you'll understand if you watch the video, you'll understand what I'm talking about. Hello, Gina. I think I made it slightly too small. Follow along, nice. And also make sure to post in the Discord when you're done. That would be cool. Like it. I'm sure you'll love it there. Community is great, and we'll have a sort of a draw together session this Tuesday. Hell of a chin, yeah. We'll see how it turns out. Definitely right now I'm in the build-up phase, so actually I'm bringing all this part down. Well, you go ahead and draw Schwarzenegger in charcoal, then post it, and we'll see how it goes. Make a side-by-side comparison, Gary. I'll be back. Perfect. Okay, let me use my little trusty mirror to see how I'm doing. Okay, I'm doing pretty bad, I'm not gonna lie. Alright. all the bottom, all the top part of the face is too high. So she looks very goofy right now. No problem, no problem. We'll fix it, we'll fix it. I'm starting to try to approach it in terms of, you know, masses of values, almost like if it was painted with a broad brush. Like imagine that you paint, actually I could do that and sort of, you know, I take some charcoal powder, so every time you sharpen your pencil, your charcoal, just keep some of the dust. And you can just almost paint it. This is why you might want some dust, a sort of a dust mask. This would be the reason why, because this kind of blows a lot of little dust particles in the air, definitely. And this is why you might want, somebody asked, was Aurelia, I think, she asked if it's recommended to wear a sort of mask. Not necessarily, but if you do a lot of this, where the dust might fly out in the air, then it might be a good idea indeed. Hey Cody. Nah, exactly. You're still in the dream. We're not real. Yeah, load the brush with dust. I'm gonna show you. No, not this, not capture. Here. Just grab some dust. Just grab it with your pencil and go ahead and paint. It's so light that it works. It's very similar to actual painting. And this is why we talked about grain earlier. Oh, sorry. This is why we talked about grain earlier, and this is why grain matters, is because if you do that on very smooth paper, it doesn't work. And in this case, it does. Most of it is going to fall down, but you get a nice, you know, even little gray kind of tone that you can then you can bring highlights in this very easily. That's a very cool trick, actually. Let me just step back. I'd like you to see more of the... I would like you to see the entire thing. How long did it take you to get decent illustration? I suck at illustration, so it took me a while. I don't do illustration at all. How long did it take me to be good at drawing in general? Like, I'm more into fine arts and not illustration. And how long did it take me to get decent? Like, couple years maybe? for drawing. Illustration is something completely different, so no, I'm not an illustrator by any means. So trying to, since it's a Sargent, I'm trying to approach it in a more painterly manner, thinking big masses. Okay, Illustrator. Okay, it's from a language. Okay. Well, I didn't know, but yeah, it's weird because I never really understood. For example, in English, English is not my first language. In English, I never really understood. Maybe somebody can clarify. How do you use draftsman? Is it just somebody who draws? And let's say an artist who does just drawing, would you call them draftsman, woman, draftswoman, draftsperson? Because in French we have, in French I think it makes more sense. A drawing is just called dessin. It's the same root as design, I think. And person who draws is a dessinateur, no matter if it's illustration or anything, any style works. Just a drawing, any technique. Draftsman is more technical drawing. How do you call a person who draws for a living? Just does drawing, but not painting. And how come Proco's show is called Draftsman? You just say artist, so you don't have a. So you would say sculpture, painter, artist, right? I consider the three arts, like you have drawing, painting, sculpting, and like an artist who does just drawing is just an artist. So you don't have any specifics into what they do, but you do for all the other arts. Okay. Draftsman is the closest. Okay. Yeah, Proco has a show called Draftsman. I'm not dreaming. So I thought it would mean just whoever is doing whatever Proco is doing, which is just great drawings. I don't know. Yeah, exactly. Look at this. This is also what I think. In English, it says artists, even though sculptors, singers, writers are artists as well. I think artist is kind of the overlapping term that kind of encompasses everything. It's funny that there's no word for people who do just drawings. And illustrator is one word, but illustration is really not the same as, it's not really the only way drawing might be oh god, this is getting complicated, Gwendolyn. Okay, I'll take it, but I just find it funny. Why don't you say drawer? I'm a sculptor, I'm a drawer. I'm sorry that you used the same word for an actual drawer in a cabinet or anything. To me, a drawer should be a word for a person who draws. Ah, hell. I want to curse very bad because I dropped my chunk and it broke. If I curse in French, is it considered offensive language? I normally don't curse in French or English, but when I break charcoal, yeah, sacre bleu is sapristi. A drawer is where you keep all your drawers. Pas du tout de la musique à mes oreilles. Eh ben merde. I'm sorry, but that's the usual word that you have to say in French. Whenever you drop something, it's merde. I know I don't need to translate. I know you guys have all the automatic translation of this word. It's pretty much a common word now, because it's also in Italian, in Spanish. I have versions, but I think it's understandable. I don't need to translate. Right? Right? Okay, let's start over. So this nose is goofy right now, I'm sorry. The translation would be excrement, right? But less polite. This is a portrait of Lady Elizabeth. Lady Elizabeth Lyon, I think, by John Singer Sargent. I've got the little, because you know I'm sentimental, so I've got a little collector for all my little tiny bits. All the little tiny bits. Hold on, this one is big though. Oh. Now, I didn't talk about the one in June, but I'll talk in due time about it. When I have more confirmation, I'm not going to announce anything without more. This is where I keep all my, like, tiny bits. I do have some that are still usable in ways. And yeah, because I'm sentimental, I'm never throwing them away. I did talk
this
about
chat
something
is super
that
cool.
I didn't talk.
Best art
I didn't
community
show
on
you.
YouTube.
I just realized the
I'm
camera
having a
wasn't
great
on.
time.
I'm glad, Steven. I'm glad. See, the tiny bits of charcoal, I always keep them. That's what I'm saying. I have more. It's just I keep them. I decide to collect them every time I finish a little tiny bit. put it in this little box. Let's see what I can end up with. Charcoal is messy if you have bad quality charcoal. Here we're only using the Rolls-Royce of charcoal. Nitrium
Screenshot
charcoal.
taken in the Discord.
Yeah, I'm sorry to say Willow sucks. Willow's the worst. Vine charcoal is decent. Willow is not good. Check. Okay, no batteries. Need backup. Need backup microphone batteries. Yeah, I'm sorry. Willow sucks. Sorry to say. Okay, need spare batteries. Be back. I'm still here, you know. I don't know how much you can hear, but I'm all the way here. And I'm back. Jeff is the perfect sound effect for like when nothing happens. Yeah, the unusual portraits are looking great already. So can't wait to see what's coming up next. Check. Yep. Check. Here. Can you hear me? Yes. Perfect. Okay, let me go back to this scan. Yeah, the Discord is basically a community. It's like our forum, is where we can share pictures, ask questions, get critique from the other members. It's like where we hang out when we're not here, basically. And by the way, this Tuesday we have a sort of a paint together event on the Discord. So that's where it's going to happen. Okay. Thursday. Did I say Tuesday? Yeah. Well, what am I thinking? Yeah, absolutely Thursday, of course. Thursday. No, you don't sell studies. You do the studies, you learn from them, you make original work, and you sell the original work. Because from all the nice studies that you've been doing, you became a beast, and you can just sell the original. You can give away the studies if you want, you know. Which paper, Susan?
Your face is in the way, move dude.
Really? Oh, Forest Wench, you're one of these persons from the other side of the earth, right? Oh, pastel paper. I never tried. Every time I did pastel, I still used paper, so kind of all-purpose, more or less. I never used the full, you know, full kind of sandpaper-ish pastel paper. Hello, India. Shout out to everybody in India watching in the middle of the night. Sometimes sleepless nights are the best for inspiration. Hello, a tree. High key roll paper. I guess whatever works, right? I used to work on craft paper as well. It was good. But not for anything. Especially not the shiny part. what you can do with charcoal is you can brush it off. And it's almost like a little broom. Like you can use your little pencil like that, almost like a little broom, and you're kind of pushing. And actually you don't think about it, but it does create a very sharp line if you use it properly. If you use a little flat paper. You know, you just push it away. It's just so light. And you can just refine the shapes with that. Another great benefit of charcoal is just this. You can use brushes very creatively, way more creatively than any other drawing medium, and gives you a good introduction to the world of painting, because you sort of start to manipulate brushes. Mirror, mirror, tell me what you see. Mirror, mirror. Okay, so this eye is too big and chunky, and the hairline should be okay. Okay. Nah, charcoal's pretty inoffensive. Like with a vacuum cleaner, it's pretty easy to remove. It's so damn light. You can't even get it to stick on the paper. So how do you assume it's going to do anything bad to your surroundings? It's not capable of doing anything, just vacuum. Like it's so light. Definitely the better supplies for the Discord meetups. Perfect. I like these types of excuses. Excuses to get more supplies. What I've got to say, Cody has been asking me about ink for a while now, and I don't have the ink wash and stuff, or pen, so I need to get some. And I was excited actually to the idea of shopping for ink material. But I still haven't had the opportunity yet. I'm thinking about ink is cool. I have some very old ink, ink gear, but it's from way back when I was still at university, so I don't think it's good anymore. Okay, so this is the hardest. You might think that BHB and age. What I call the three sisters, the three levels of hardness, softness. This one is soft, this one is medium, and this one is hard. You might think, well, the hard is for just light, you know, very light, very subtle. Medium is for medium, and this one is for very dark. It's kind of true, but in a way, that's not how you should see it. Basically, hard just is very low transformative. So basically, you start with something and you'll have a very small amount of transformation on the paper. The soft is highly transformative, so you are going to change a lot of things. So when you press this one, a lot is going to happen. When you press this one, almost no new dust is going to be added, which makes it very good for very light, of course, but also for blending in a way. It's also very good for blending because you don't bring any extra material to the drawing, but you're also you can also still act on what's already there. So even though it's tempting to think dark, midtones, light, don't think of it this way. Think of it more in just highly disturbing to what's already the current state, medium, and very low disturbance. So this would be more like brutal, normal, and subtle. Think of it more like that. I think it's a much better way to think about it. Hey, congrats to your brother and girlfriend. Awesome. First one? If it's the first one, tell them they're not ready. They will be. But you're never ready for the first one. Mythical creatures, awesome. Aha. Nice, but first, well, that's cool. They're gonna learn a lot. And they'll see like for the second one, it's much more talking from experience, just from the pregnancy alone, but I know for sure about everything. Like when you're a first time parent, you just have so much to learn and you just suck. You're level 1 parent. And after that, when you learn a couple stuff, it doesn't seem so hard after all. And bonjour. Est-ce mieux d'avoir un porte-fusain ou d'utiliser le fusain comme ça? Aussi, j'ai remarqué que vous taillez les fusains au cutter. Et bien, en fait, ça dépend vraiment de la taille. Tu vois, Isabelle, si le fusain est un tout petit bout comme ça, je vais pas du tout essayer de le tenir à la main. En fait, j'ai besoin de l'amplitude. Là, avec ça, avec le porte, je peux avoir un peu d'amplitude dans mon geste. Avec ça, je peux. Et avec ça, je peux pas. J'ai pas d'amplitude, c'est... Voilà. C'est pour ça. Et puis c'est salissant pour les mains aussi. Mais c'est pas pour... L'idée, c'est pas que de ne pas me salir les mains. French music. You want the French music? Ah, la France. Ah, ça me rappelle les balades au bord de Seine. Vive la France. They're just making fun of me because I was speaking French. So good fun, good fun. Mon ami. La Sénoise. Ah, je connais cette référence, c'est horrible. Et ça va être ça pendant les Jeux Olympiques en plus. Il faut absolument que je me repasse ce sketch. Well, you'll have to start learning some French because it's going to be the Olympics soon, and you know it's going to be all about France. All right, trusty mirror, reveal to me. Reveal some things to me. So the jaw, the bottom, the chin, all of this. All this not working. Oh. Are we really doing this? Oh. Yeah, I kind of have to say that we do. Oh. Monsieur sacre bleu. Okay. This Oh, you mean Edith Piaf? Non, rien, rien. Non, je ne regrette rien. Yeah, I think that's she was pretty legendary. Apparently, they want to take her song for the Olympics, the opening ceremony, and apparently it's going to be Aya Nakamura singing her song. It's not the same style at all, but apparently she's famous, so that's cool. Hello, Mike. This portrait is way more subtlety than I expected for this episode. I thought it would be done, and I thought likeness would be achieved way earlier. Gosh, it's tough. This one is not easy. I thought it would be easy because normally profiles are easier, but this one is surprisingly challenging. It's very, very subtle. You know what? I think I'm gonna get my glasses. My eyes feel tired. It's going to be pollen season for me soon. And it's going to be an annoying moment of the year. It's not always as bad. Sometimes it's bad. Normally right here in my studio I'm fine, but you know, it makes my eyes more tired. It's not huge and all, but it's just more scratchy. Like the eyes feel scratchy, so I'm gonna get my glasses. And of course,
Command.
as I say
Studio
that,
cam
I
for 10
realize
seconds.
it's here. Okay. Hello?
Back to normal.
Right. Obviously. Better. I hope it's better. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to make my eyes less tired or 9 degrees Celsius and cloudy rain. Oh oh, mes lunettes. Lunettes, quoi, les lunettes. Okay. All right. So I'm getting there slowly but surely. Charcoal is so versatile that you can always like doing color when wearing glasses is a no-no. If you have the blue light correction, they wanted to sell me the blue light, and I said no. Heck no, I don't want everything to be kind of yellowish in tone when I paint. So I was like, no way. Kind of I think the blue light. What do you think about the blue light glasses? Outside of that, it sort of makes you produce less sleeping hormones. I don't see the point. Like blue light exists. Like if you're disturbed by blue light, just don't go outside and just don't be a vampire, right? So I don't know. Is it all? One thing for sure is if you have glasses and if you have blue light glasses and if you paint, you want to get rid of the blue light. You want a normal pair of, you know, full transparent glasses just for painting. Yeah, exactly. I love this. Is exactly my this is exactly my take. I love how people have blamed blue light and not staying 5 hours straight on your phone. So true. So true. But if they want to sell blue light glasses to you for painting, just don't get it, because it's going to turn everything orange. So you don't want that. Yeah, this is what I do sometimes. If I look at my phone in the complete dark, I'll put in sort of night mode, or I don't know how they call it, relax mode, something. So like the full screen turns kind of dull and orange.
Warning, emoji wall starts
Oh
in 10,
gosh, emoji.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5,
Emoji
4,
wall.
3, 2, 1, go.
Alright, let's do this.
Emoji wall unlocked. This is chaos. Seriously, we need to break YouTube with emojis. We have 1 minute. Let's go chat. We can do it.
Okay, let's go.
Let's go chat. Quick, spam emojis. We need to fill the screen. No time to waste. I'm serious. We have to spam emojis in chat now before the timer runs out. Hurry up. Quick, let's go chat.
Okay, no time to think, no time to think.
We have to spam emojis in chat now before the timer runs out.
Let's go!
No time to waste. I'm serious. Hurry up. Quick, let's go chat, let's go chat, let's go chat, let's go chat.
Ah, above the limit.
Hurry
Can't
up,
spam
it ends in
more.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stop.
Perfect. Thank you.
Emoji
Thank
cooldown.
you. Holy. So, thank you for this emoji wall. This was a thing. Believe it or not, this is a thing on this channel. Emoji wall. Wake you up or make you lose 1 or 2 points of eyesight. Because of how, like, you don't blame the blue light for this. You blame emoji wall for kind of burning your retina with so many emojis. It's dangerous. Stuff is dangerous. Well, what is the test about? Maybe we can help. Is it a German test in Germany? Or a German test in a different country? Because totally different. Yeah, you missed the emoji wall. Guess what? This one was very different. Like, very surprisingly special. No, I'm kidding. It was the same as always. Just the usual nonsense. You didn't miss much. Okay. German test in a different country. Hallo. Ich heiße Florent. Wie geht's?
It's fun to use commands in chat, but it gives me a lot of work. Go easy on me, chat.
I love when Steven complains. When literally he's doing nothing. Steven, you're the worst bot. Maybe
I
there's
don't
a
have
delay.
anything to say right now. I guess I just need a break.
Okay, I might need one too. Maybe there's a delay because you've been spamming emoji and it's kind of... Now the program is, and Steven is hesitating. They know you are the one responsible for this emoji.
Command, zooming in for 10 seconds.
It's not really zooming in at a useful spot,
Zooming out.
but sorry. We'll step back a bit. Yeah, see you, Nora Musha. See you next time. See you around in Discord. Okay, I need something sharp right now, so might go ahead and sharpen this one. So for the next minutes, that's what you're gonna see. So right here I'm going to create a sharper tip just to get more precision. There we go. This would work. There's one tiny detail in the eye. You can see the brown shape of the eye right here. Try to make it this with charcoal whenever you have a sharp tip. You got to really appreciate it and use it properly because it doesn't stay for long. It doesn't stay sharp and pointy for long. So it's always good to take advantage, try to fill in all the areas where it might be needed. Okay. Thank you, Finland. Here. Okay. Something's not right. There. So sharpening again. Making it sharp again. Working on this eyebrow. Okay. There's a lot of detail that you can actually catch all these details. Say what you want about Sargent quick style and all. He was still very much a master of detail. It's just he makes it seem so seamless and just effortless. Details, they are there. Am I still on? How come chat is so quiet all of a sudden? Yeah, I was saying it's weird. It was way too quiet. No problem, no problem. It's just that normally more people talk sometimes. Busy drawing. That's good. That's what I'd like to know. That's my kind of. Well, you listen, but if you're not saying anything, what am I supposed to say? In the zone drawing. That's good. That's what I'd like to know. Nice. So many people are actually drawing. It's nice. Feels good to be speaking by myself then. So I take it back. It's not quiet. It's busy. Around June 20th, June 21st is when the baby should be there, technically. No worries, no worries. No, nobody feels offended. I was just thinking, hey, it's quiet now. What's going on? But like whoever is normally doing other works, drawing on the side, alongside, don't feel forced to interact. I'm just saying, I'm not saying that for you. Screenshot, okay.
Screenshot taken in the Discord.
Got you.
Your face is in the way, move dude.
See, perfect. Perfect command.
Screenshot taken in the Discord.
Well, that's the kind of debate that I like to have with myself, Felicia. Now, well, the hand is fine and all. Like, you want to kind of have a feeling of...
Command, studio cam for 10 seconds.
You kind of want to have the feeling of it's been made live, so...
Screenshot taken in the Discord.
So
back to normal.
Most of the time, actually, when I do, you know, thumbnails, illustration shots, I like to actually have my hand actually making the picture so that you see it's not fake, right? Now, the screenshot can only work for the main cam. Yeah, the brush is very helpful actually for charcoal. It's very versatile. It's you don't use it exactly like a brush, more like kind of like a broom. It sounds weird, but it's how I see it, at least. The thing is, you have to think that the brush with charcoal is used in the exact opposite way of how it's used with paint. So with paint, you use the brush to add more material. With charcoal, the brush does the opposite. It takes off some of the charcoal. So it's more like a negative. It's more like a negative. Yeah, well, drawing from life is a whole different story for sure. For sure. What also works, what I like with my charcoal is so I'm looking for a different brush. I'll try to see if I can find it. Oh, this one. This is my baby. This is my brush that I use. I'm going to show you how I use it. This brush I use when I don't have enough subtlety, and I use it kind of like a sort of a ghost effect brush. So I kind of, here for example, it's not soft enough, so I can just slightly tap it like that, and it sort of, it does all, it kind of blends, but it mostly makes the, like, it's kind of a sfumato brush in a way that you use when the line is too harsh and you want to just, but it's not blending really. Like, I couldn't blend this, see, I'm removing, I couldn't blend this into the other one. It's really like a, how exactly like I said, a sfumato brush. It's an old sable, by the way. So keep your old brushes always useful. Smoky brush, yeah, if you want. Like they say in the song, smoke brushes every day. Famous Snoop Dogg song. He was very well known for using charcoal with a brush. No, the sure, anything like any brush, like toothbrush even can be useful, because it's really like anything, like a makeup brush really doesn't matter. Like, I'm using these brushes that I have from my painting. You know, I have tons of brush from my painting, and when they go bad, I usually recycle them for bigger stuff. At the very least, they can become a little mixer. I'll use it for, you know, for mixing, stirring. I'll stir stuff. I've never thrown away a brush in the trash. Like, I always recycle them in some way. You can sharpen them and make a drawing stick. Like, this would be a cool idea. Well, I'm not going to use this one because I like this one. But you can sharpen them into a little tiny stick And well, I already have some skewers, but you see how you can sharpen the handle of a brush, and then using a skewer is also a very, very interesting. It's also a very interesting graphic tool. A little skewer like that. The goal of the skewer is to remove the lumps of charcoal. So basically everywhere you have lumps that are just too rough, you just scratch them away with the skewer. Amazon watercolor sables? Nice. Well, I try to not get my brushes from like the cutest animal in the world anymore. But yeah, I have to say it's the best. It's also the cutest. And since I can find for like 10 times less some very decent brushes, synthetic, and I found that I make much better use of some cheap synthetic brushes because I'm not in fear of, you know, wasting a very precious thing. So yeah, I sometimes getting a cheap brush also is kind of a freeing thing, you know. You get something very cheap, so you don't care. You can go more wild with it. So for sfumato chiaroscuro, and so it's really not the same thing. I'm sorry, Into the Darkness. Sfumato chiaroscuro are just stylistic approaches. Egg tempera is a medium, so we don't use egg tempera because it sucks. It dries way too fast, and it just sucks. Like, go ahead, use egg tempera if you want. Just go ahead. Now I can assure you that you'll be vaccinated very early on. It can be cool here and there to just do a project, and I also like doing this kind of exotic painting techniques every once in a while, but it's just less good. That's all. And sfumato chiaroscuro, people still use it. It's just stylistic choices. Just Google what it is exactly. You'll have. They are called classical modes. Have congiante, union, chiaroscuro, and sfumato. There are ways of representing the world, not techniques. Should we use tone paper for this style of charcoal? Does blank white work? Okay. Yeah, blank also works. As I said in the early part of the stream, I'm using toned mostly because of the camera. Simply because like pure white paper doesn't go well with the camera. So that's what I'm doing it. finally getting there, but it's just like such fine chisel work. This profile is tricky. It's rare for profiles to be this tricky. Like they're normally pretty, you know, pretty chill. But this one, gosh. Okay. Getting there slowly, but you know, I'm gonna cheat a bit and complement this nice charcoal with a tip of graphite. That's a pro tip right here. Just where you need the accuracy. But Into the Darkness, if you're interested in chiaroscuro, just make sure you subscribe to this channel, because I'm a very big chiaroscuro enthusiast and I practice it regularly in my main work. So there's definitely something like, this is a school of, like an artistic school that I definitely follow. Right now, the world of art is less, you know, divided into schools and you know, you don't have to make a choice anymore. You can do whatever, because everything in our world has become, you know, do whatever you want, right? Back in the days, you had to, you know, you had to learn from a certain master, and then you would just become a sort of a participant of a certain school. So you either do sfumato or chiaroscuro, but not necessarily, or maybe, but not typically both at the same time. You would do union or sfumato, but not both. Like you would learn a certain way and be from a certain school. And right now things have changed, so sure, it's not the same anymore. We don't have to follow these guidelines. And we also have much more like in our days, we have a lot more references to follow, so we can just use multiple influences. We don't have to, you know, follow a certain master and strictly get behind the work of a single artist. Okay, slightly bigger chin. Or is it? In the hyperrealism age? Come on. Maybe, but hyperrealism is just so boring to me. Sorry to say, if any of you is so hyped about hyperrealism, just find it kind of vacuous. But first we might need to decide and define what it is we're talking about. I'm sorry, I'm focusing and trying to figure out how to put everything in place, because I'm gonna call it a day very soon. I wanted to have something decent to finish with, even though it's not finished. And what I'll do is I'll keep making my study. This one I'll make the part 2 during the art and talk. So in the Discord, if you want to join, I'll make an announcement later again to remind you. Thursday Discord, grab some charcoal gear and let's join and draw together. It's gonna be fun. All right, for today, this will be it for this session, because I'm running low on my own batteries. Need to recharge with a good night of sleep. So I'll see you for the next one, my friends. Maybe Thursday, maybe later. You go ahead and make some wonderful art out there and bring inspiration around you. My friends, it was a pleasure. Take care, and as always, joy and inspiration. Bye bye.